Roots of rebellion. Nirvana's beginnings, Aberdeen, Washington. A logging town drenched in rain and boredom, it was an unlikely birthplace for a musical revolution. Yet from these humble beginnings, Nirvana emerged. In 1987, Kurt Cobain and Krist Novoselic, two kids with a shared love for punk rock, joined forces. Their bond? A desire to create music that challenged the status quo. Cobain, a troubled yet gifted songwriter, poured his angst and alienation into his lyrics. Novoselic, the towering bassist, provided the musical backbone. Together they were a force to be reckoned with. Early practices were chaotic, held in makeshift spaces with a revolving door of drummers. The constant turnover behind the kit highlighted the band's early instability. Despite the setbacks, Cobain and Novoselic pressed on, driven by an unwavering belief in their music. They craved a sound that was raw, powerful, and authentic. They found inspiration in the underground punk scene, embracing its DIY ethos and rebellious spirit. The band's name, Nirvana, was carefully chosen. It represented a state of enlightenment, a release from suffering. It was the perfect antithesis to the bleak reality of their surroundings. Little did they know this name would soon become synonymous with a musical movement that would captivate the world. Finding their sound, the pre-Grohl years. The late 1980s were a tumultuous time for Nirvana. The band cycled through a series of drummers, each leaving their mark on the evolving sound. Chad Channing, with his powerful drumming style, became a significant presence during this era. In 1989, Nirvana signed with Sub Pop Records, a small Seattle-based label that championed the burgeoning grunge scene. This pivotal moment provided the band with a platform to reach a wider audience. Their debut album, Bleach, was released in 1989. It was a raw and visceral offering, heavily influenced by the sludgy sounds of Melvins and Mudhoney, fellow Seattle bands. Bleach captured the raw energy of their live shows and showcased Cobain's songwriting prowess. Despite its limited budget and lo-fi production, Bleach became an underground hit. It resonated with a generation hungry for something real, something that reflected their own frustrations and anxieties. Yet, despite the growing buzz, Nirvana was still searching for the missing piece, the final element that would propel them to new heights. Bleach, a grunge revelation. Bleach was far from a polished studio creation. Recorded for a meager $600, the album's raw energy and unfiltered sound became its defining characteristics. Songs like Blue, About a Girl, and School showcased Cobain's songwriting range, blending punk aggression with surprising melodic sensibility. The album resonated with the burgeoning grunge scene in Seattle. It was a scene that rejected the overblown theatrics and commercialism of hair metal, opting instead for authenticity and raw emotional expression. Bleach became an anthem for the underground, its distorted guitars and Cobain's anguished vocals a rallying cry for a generation disillusioned with the status quo. Despite its limited commercial success, Bleach laid the foundation for Nirvana's future success. It established them as a major force in the Seattle scene and caught the attention of major labels, who saw the band's potential to break into the mainstream. The album remains a testament to the power of raw, unfiltered expression and the enduring appeal of music that speaks to the frustrations and anxieties of a generation. Section 4. Nevermind, The World Takes Notice, 1991. A seismic shift in music history was about to occur. Nirvana, now a three-piece with the addition of drummer Dave Grohl, released their second album, Nevermind. Grohl's arrival brought a powerful and dynamic element to the band's sound, solidifying their lineup and unleashing their full potential. The album's lead single, Smells Like Teen Spirit, became an instant anthem. Its iconic opening riff, Cobain's angst-ridden lyrics, and the music video's chaotic energy captured the zeitgeist of the early 1990s. Nevermind shot to the top of the charts, dethroning Michael Jackson and signaling a changing of the guard in popular music. Nirvana was suddenly thrust into the global spotlight. Their music, a raw and visceral blend of punk rock energy and pop sensibility, resonated with millions. Cobain, with his introspective lyrics and anti-establishment attitude, became the reluctant spokesperson of a generation. The album's success was unprecedented, propelling alternative rock into the mainstream and forever changing the landscape of popular music. Section 5. The Weight of the World, In Utero, and its Aftermath. Nirvana's meteoric rise to fame came with a heavy price. Kurt Cobain, thrust into the role of reluctant spokesperson for a generation, struggled to cope with the pressures of fame. His personal life, plagued by addiction and inner turmoil, became tabloid fodder. In 1993, Nirvana released In Utero, a deliberate departure from the polished sound of Nevermind. It was a raw, uncompromising album, a sonic assault that challenged their newfound fame and the expectations that came with it. Songs like Heart-Shaped Box and Rape Me were stark and unsettling, reflecting Cobain's growing discomfort with fame and his disillusionment with the music industry. The album divided critics and fans alike, with some praising its rawness and others criticizing its abrasive nature. Despite the mixed reception, In Utero solidified Nirvana's status as a band that refused to compromise their artistic vision. It was a testament to their integrity, their willingness to remain true to themselves, even at the height of their success. Section 6. A Legacy Unfading, Nirvana's Enduring Impact. On April 5, 1994, the world was shaken by the news of Kurt Cobain's death. His suicide at the age of 27 sent shockwaves through the music world and beyond. Nirvana, the band that had redefined a generation, was no more. Cobain's death, while tragic, solidified his status as a cultural icon. His music, raw, honest, and emotionally charged, continued to resonate with listeners of all ages. Nirvana's influence on music and culture is undeniable. They spearheaded the grunge movement, bringing alternative rock to the mainstream and inspiring countless artists. Their music gave voice to a generation struggling to find its place in the world. Nirvana's legacy extends beyond music. They challenged societal norms, rejected corporate greed, and championed individuality. Their impact on fashion, art, and youth culture is still felt today. Nirvana's story is a reminder that even the brightest stars can burn out too soon. Their music, however, continues to inspire, provoke, and challenge, ensuring that their legacy will endure for generations to come.